How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.
Rajasthan Royals and Kolkata Knight Riders have both had defeats in their opening games of IPL 2025. Who will get the first W then in this clash of the league's first champions and its most latest champions? Welcome to Maruti Suzuki Arena, presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout. We're joined by Varun and Ambati Rayudu to set things up. Match number 6. Let's start with the Rajasthan Royals. And I know a lot of the conversation was around the bowling, which I suspect will be the conversation whenever teams play Sunrisers Hyderabad. So instead, let's focus on another area of Rajasthan, which has been a bit of a theme now. We've seen another Rajasthan squad which doesn't really have any all-round options. Does it surprise you, Varun, that having seen they hurt it for the same in the last cycle, does it surprise you that they still have a similar squad construct?
I mean, it does surprise me because, if you see both teams, similar collapses, one batting department, middle order, one complete bowling department. And if you go to see, they don't have backups. Right from the first game, I've been saying that Rajasthan Royals, it's very important for them to start off well so that they have confidence in their first 11 and then they can run with that. But if things don't go well for another 2 or 3 games, they're going to be soul-searching a lot because they don't have any backups for their main players. Again, no all-rounders. And also their bowling department is slightly light this time.
The manner of the squad construction becomes a bit stranger when you consider that for Rahul Dravid, at the heart of his success with the Indian side was the shift to having an all-round heavy 11 every game of the T20 World Cup. So did it surprise you that when they had the chance to construct a new Rajasthan Royals outfit, they didn't go in that direction?
I mean, they would have gone, but all-rounders are a rare breed and it's very, very hard to find quality all-rounders in world cricket, hardly 5 or 6. But they have an all-rounder in Hasaranga. He is someone who can really come in and give you those runs sometimes, and also he can bowl and get you those wickets in the middle. So maybe that's an option that they can look at. But overall, as Varun said, RR, even when they have done well in 2022, they
2 of the 3 years they made the playoffs.
They made the playoffs. It's mainly because one year they had an impact player, so that it could nullify the lack of all-rounders in their side. But definitely going forward, they will have to look at playing 1 or 2 all-rounders, even if it is an Indian young all-rounder that they might have in the squad, and Hasaranga. Yeah.
While it may have been a function of the new impact player rule, we've now seen 2 seasons where the conversation has been the same around the Royals, that because perhaps they don't have the all-round options, their hands are also kind of tied when it comes to picking the impact player.
It's not just lack of all-round options, it's also they're going to have to play at some point. Again, if you're talking about all-rounders, and if they play Hasaranga, like Rayudu suggesting, they're going to have 2 international spinners. That just messes up their whole combination. And also, the other thing is they've paid a lot for Archer. Archer's coming on the back of not the best series, Champions Trophy, not the best India series. So there are a lot of doubts. So apart from the all-rounders, obviously that's one of the big things. But in general, except their batting, their bowling is just not stable at all at this point.
Do you see Hasaranga coming in? Do they have to bring him into the 11?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they would have to bring him into the 11 just because they need to have a lot more slower bowling options, because we have seen Archer for quite some time and everybody is now hoping that he would do well, but they're not sure if he would come good because it's also a lack of confidence, and it is his repetitive bowling. I feel repetitive nature of his bowling is not trying to go wide of the crease or not trying to bowl different lengths. So I feel they would have to go to their strengths, that is slow bowling right now.
Where the coaches had for us, if you're bringing Hasaranga in, which of those 3 overseas bowlers goes out?
No, I think Archer needs to really rest and work on his bowling because he's not good enough at the moment.
I mean, at the start of the tournament, they've paid a lot for Archer, so I doubt they would drop him at this point. They might give him a longer run, but they're going to have to bring Hasaranga in because he not only gives them the batting option, but also is a wicket taker, and they need wicket takers. The problem with the last game was they were just lacking wicket takers because the way the tempo of the game was going, the only way that tempo could have been arrested was by getting wickets, but everybody was bowling very defensively. And we all know when you bowl defensively, you're not going to get wickets.
All right. Let's turn our attention towards Kolkata Knight Riders. In their opening outing against RCB, their middle order collapsed, and as a result, despite being 107 for 2 in 10 overs, they finished with 174 for 8. Rayudu, there is a lot of heft in that batting lineup. There's no doubt about it. But do you feel it becomes important for your De Kocks and Rahanes and Venki Ayers to bat a bit longer to maximize what the likes of Rinku, Russell, Raman can do later on?
Of course, I mean, see, in a batting partnership, I know SRH have started a new trend, but generally, when you're trying to post a total beyond 200, it is always one guy who plays really good cricketing shots or tries to play about 15, 16 overs, and the other guy goes for it in the partnership. But here, everybody were trying to go after the spinners or the fast bowlers a little bit too early in their innings, and their shot selections were not great. Even I felt they were under a little bit of pressure. They didn't look as free and clear in terms of their shot selections. Even when they were batting, the shot selections were not great. So I feel they are under a little pressure because of the price tags. I think that has to be dealt with by the management. You need to tell them, boss, you're still the same player. It doesn't matter how much money you're getting. If it is 20 lakhs or 20 crores, you're still going to go out there and play the way you know how to play. So leave that aside, and that's where Bravo and Pandit really have to, ease things out for them and make them little more freer in terms of getting about their games.
The flip side to this, and I think you brought this up after that opening game, is that you'd imagine there'll only be so many games where all of Venki and Russell and Rinku collectively don't turn up.
See, I think it was just a blip with the radar, and I hope KKR must be hoping it's a blip because you very rarely see a KKR middle order collapse like that. And they started off really well. Ajinkya, great signs from Ajinkya. He's got off the mark shooting from his hip, and it was a great start. But then again, through the middle, it was a complete collapse. Also, we shouldn't take away any kudos from Krunal Pandya because he bowled really well, especially to the left-handers. Generally, left-arm spinners are a bit hesitant to bowl to left-handers, but just the whole body language of starting off with the bouncer, then getting Venki Iyer out, that's just a lot of guts in his performance.
Just focusing on an individual, how much lies on a Quinton de Kock? Because can KKR achieve the kind of batting highs they achieved last season without the consistent returns that they had from both Narayan and Phil Salt?
No, I think Quinton de Kock, as we all know, is a world-class batsman, and he can go about it. And it's just that he needs to get one innings where he gets that confidence, and also maybe somebody can talk to him about taking a little bit of time up front because in Kolkata ball might move around a bit, and even in Guwahati ball might do a bit initially. And we have seen that in Assam as well. So just take that little bit of time. Maybe, like how Rahane did. And that kind of batting de Kock can do. So it's not, they have enough in their tank. It's just that they need to come good.
All right. Do we have a favourite for this game?
I'm going to go with KKR because I really feel that RR's bowling isn't really settled, and we all know that it's the bowling that's going to win you games at the end of the day.
Yeah, I do think it will be KKR in Guwahati.
All right. 2 votes for KKR on our panel. What do you think? Tell us in the comments section, and be sure to join the build-up just ahead of toss time on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout.
How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.